Hi, my name is Jonathan Lloyd. I've lived in Fresno all my life. I lived with my mom and dad for 21 years before I moved out on my own. And then I moved in with a couple of roommates. And I spent about 6 months there before I moved out because living with roommates is a lot of responsibility that you can't really handle if not everybody's prepared for it. So after 6 months, I moved back in with my mom and dad, and that's where I live now, and that's probably where I'll live for another couple of years. I have a mid-sized family. I have a brother, a sister, a mom, and a dad. There's been no divorces in my family. Well, my immediate family. I can't speak for the rest of my family, but there's been no divorces between my mom and dad. I don't have any half-brothers or half-sisters like a lot of people do. My sister's 18 years old. She goes to City College with me right now. I'm not quite sure what she's majoring in, but it's pretty hard going to school with your sister. And I have a little brother named Joey. He's 16 years old. He has Down syndrome, and it makes it really rough for my family to survive and all because there's a lot of unique situations that we get into because of that. But we all love him nonetheless. Everybody does. There's just nothing you can't love about that boy. My mom's name is Debbie, and she doesn't have a job. She graduated from high school, from McLean, here in Fresno, but she's never gone to college. She doesn't have a job currently. She just stays at home, and she takes care of household chores, lunches, dinners, that sort of thing. My dad's mostly the sole income for the household. He works at Fresno Truck Center. And his side of the family has always been into like mechanics and construction. So I get a lot of my ingenuity from his side of the family. As far as my schooling goes, I stayed in the same schools throughout the entirety of it. Meaning in elementary school, I stayed in the same elementary school. I went to Bernie Elementary. I went to Fort Miller Middle School, and then I went to Duncan Polytechnical High School, where I graduated in 2003. While I was there, I focused in computer maintenance and repair and networking, along with some other technologies. When I finished at Duncan Polytechnical High School, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do, so I just went with what I was doing in high school. And I came to City College majoring in computer networking. It was too boring for me, and so I decided to switch to computer programming or computer science. And when I went into that program, it was kind of difficult because the teacher I had didn't speak much English. So, well, he spoke a lot of English, but it was broken English. So I ended up not doing so well in the second part of that, and I ended up changing my major again. I wasn't sure what I wanted at the time, so I just took a guitar class because it's an interest of mine. And I ended up dropping out of that and working for a full year to pay off my car loan. After a year of being away from school, I came back and I started as a business major because I found a lot of things out while I was gone. And I thought going into business for myself or just a good paying business job would be great compared to what I was doing as a career at the time, which is what I'm still doing now, but it's mostly to pay for my schooling and my bills while I'm at school. I don't want to work in a grocery store for the rest of my life. That's the bulk of it. So I decided to study business, and it was just a little too boring by itself, so I decided to come check out the graphics communication program here at Fresno City College, which is what I'm still studying today, and I love it, and that's probably what I'm going to keep going with. I'm a very odd individual, and my interests are not of the typical type. I like things that are supernatural, scientific, mathematical, superhero-ish, whatever you want to call it. I like comic book heroes. I like Legos. video games, all those type of things that girls run away from, you know? As I got older, I was really into video games. When I was about 5 years old, I got Nintendo Entertainment System, and I was really addicted to Mario and stuff, but I was still more into my Legos and my action figures. But as time went on and video games became more advanced, I got really into it, especially when PS1 came out, or PlayStation 1, for those who don't know. I was really into Twisted Metal, and as the games advanced with more graphics and better gameplay, I just went more and more into it. And now I find myself being this really big gamer who procrastinates on getting everything done and playing too many video games. Okay. So you already know I'm into video games, but a short list of the games I like to play the most would be StarCraft, Battlefield 2, Currently, I play a lot of Diablo. If you're into gaming at all, you can already tell that they're all PC games. I used to play a lot of console games, but I faded away from that back when they started getting repetitive and boring, quite frankly. In my spare time, I like to try and practice to play guitar. I'm not really great at it yet, but I enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. You can release a lot of stress that way. As far as my personality goes, I'm a pretty crazy guy. I do a lot of really random things. My friends are sometimes scared and awkward around me because of the random and crazy things I do. You know, sometimes I'll show up wearing a dress. I mean, you know, you never know with me. Okay, not really a dress, but I do some crazy things. That's pretty much me in a nutshell. There's a lot more to me. There's a lot more about, well, to anybody really. But I think I'm going to cut it right here because I'm out of time. See y'all later.